it's all come down to this. And so I'll change the battery on the GoPro and we'll hook up the battery on the truck and we'll see what happens. Well, good morning. I have what I think is going to be a very exciting video for this week. I made it to the Auto Electric and got the diagram for the ignition switch for the Crown Vic so that I can get the Crown Vic ignition wires wired to the ignition switch for the 61 unibody, and then I'll be able to start that truck up with the key. So I'm really hoping that today this video is gonna be the video that I start that up as a truck, and not the last time I started it was when I drove that car in to tear it apart. These guys down here at Auto Electric in Yakima really hooked me up. If you guys see this video, man, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. What I've learned now is that if I'm doing this again, I'll just take that VIN number down and get the wiring diagram for the car right away, and then that way when I'm thinning out that wiring harness, I already have it. Should have done that before, but you know, next time. So anyway, if you're doing this, if you're getting started doing something like this project, just take the time and go down, you know, find an Auto Electric in your city and go down there and have them print off that diagram. Take that VIN number for that car. Alright, so this is pretty easy. These things just push right in here. When I say it's easy, and then it wants to bite me. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Hopefully that's far enough. Not quite. Get in there. There it is. Okay. Okay, the fuel line's on. So the other one, the return line's right there. I believe that's the vacuum kick down for the transmission, so I need to plug that for startup, but I don't think it's going to affect me. Anyway, this is the return. It goes down. So, and I got the alternator wire hooked up. I did find out, I had a question on another video as to these two wires on this alternator, and after getting that diagram, it is in fact a fusible link, so I do need to keep that in there. And it's not going to stay this way. I'm just going to hook this up sitting right here so I can plug this in just for startup. This is one of the fittings that is needing to be extended. I'll show it to you here in a second. It's on the floorboard. Everything in regards to the wiring harness is mixed up because the battery's in the back of the truck. So it just seems weird that the plug-in for this is inside the pickup, but that's why, because normally the battery would have been over here on the passenger side of the car. Okay, I found the plug. Hopefully it fits. It's pretty, yeah, it fits. See if I can get this thing hooked up. Kind of a weird angle because the fender is up on the truck versus that car. But there it goes. Good. Here we go. Now we get a okay. Got that one tightened up. Not clear on this, but I'll figure it out. But it is going to be, when we start up, it's going to be an issue. So I'll have to figure a way, either figure out what it is and where it's going, or plug it. So I'm going to move on now. I want to get this plug extended, so I got to get some wires, figure out how many wires that is, get those wires brought through so that that's plugged in. Also the fan wires I need to get extended and plugged in. I don't need those, I don't think, for startup, but as long as I'm extending wires, I'm just going to do it so that that's done. So I went back to pictures on my phone of the car, and here's what I'm missing right here. This, I think, is a crankcase. That goes right there. So got that check. So now I'm gonna get back at. I looked for. I was like, I should have all the like hoses and parts and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm not finding that. And then I finally decided, all right, let me go back to my pictures that I took before I took that car apart. Before I took that car apart, I took pictures of the underneath of the hood and everything, just how things were hooked up and all that, and I'm really glad I did. I've gone back and referenced that many times. So anyway, and that was one of them. That was one of the times. It's like I can't figure out what goes there, and pull up a picture, and there it is. Well, I got a wire. I took a wire and I fed a wire through the hole here. Took it back to where I need to go on the floorboard, just to make sure that I had the right length to get up to here from the floorboard. Then I tied this rope, this small rope, to that wire and pulled it back through. Now I've made this basically a wire cluster, wire loom, out of the spare wires that I cut out of the car. And I'm gonna pull this rope through so that I have all the wires, and then get them tied together, and I basically have it routed like I want in there. Now I'm just gonna pull this through. Hope for the best here. I can find it on this side. It should work pretty good if I can get a hold of this rope. There we go. Might have to feed it a little bit from the other side, but there we go. It's coming. All caught on something out there. Okay. It's getting about right there. I might need a little more. Anyway, now I can start hooking the connectors up, butt connecting those wires. I'm just gonna do a wire at a time. I'll do a wire on this end, I'll do a wire on that end, I'll do a wire on this end, I'll do, you know, warming up in here apparently. Yeah, see? Got my heat going in here. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these and then I'll just work on one at a time. I'll take one color, I'll hook it to one of these colors. I'll go out there, I'll take that color, hook it to that color. Otherwise I have to, you know, label it all, which ones I hook to where, and then go out there. And so if I just do one at a time, I'll be bouncing around a lot. I'll, you know, do one in here, go out there, do one out there, come back in here. But so that's my plan anyway. We'll see how that works out. So get these done real quick. Well, probably not real quick, but I'll get them done, and then I can tackle the ignition switch. And I picked up a 3-foot length of battery ground cable to extend that one to ground from the block to the battery. So I'll get that done. So I got those wires taken care of. It is a total mess. I will get this cleaned up afterwards. Right now I just wanted to get them all hooked up. It looks like, I mean, it's just a big ball of mess, but it'll be okay when after I get this. I can clean all that up. My heater doesn't seem to want to stay running. It just keeps shutting off. I don't know what's wrong with it. So, but let's see. And I got up in here, got them all hooked up here, and again, same idea. It's a bomb went off, kind of a mess, and that's okay because, like I said, I'll clean it up. So I believe that what I have left is I got to get that ground for the battery extended so that it's hooked up to the motor, and then the ignition, wire up the ignition. So I'm really getting close. So I'm probably going to take a break, get myself something to eat so that I don't like start losing it. Okay, let's bring you up to speed real quick where I'm at here with this truck. I'm getting closer to wiring up the ignition switch. I'm still just trying to button up stuff. So right there is the ground for the battery. I extended that. That's where it was hooked up in the car, and so now it's all the way in the back. Obviously I had to extend it that far from the front of the motor all the way to the bed back here at the battery. So, and that's this one. So now that is now connected, and these two are connected. This one goes to the starter, and this one is the alternator. So what I got to do is I got to bolt this on here, and then that other goes to the positive for fuse box. So I got to get those hooked up, and then this ground I have to extend this and get it grounded somewhere. And it was originally grounded to the body of the car. So I think I'm going to go down to this bolt. I don't know if you guys can see that bolt down there. Let me get this taken care of and see what things. And it's getting kind of I've been at this all day. Just all these little things just take time, and so I'm nowhere near, obviously. I got this little bit to do, and then all of the, wiring up that ignition switch is going to take a minute. So it's possible that this video is going to bleed into tomorrow. But I still have a couple of days yet before this video has got to be out. And I'm really hopeful that I'm going to get it started. I'm back at this truck. It's the next day. So I'm going to show you what I've completed here real quick. In the battery tray here, I get this line hooked up. I have it hooked up to the fuse. The ground, I extended this and brought it over here. There it is, grounded it. And so I believe that I'm now ready to wire up this ignition switch. So I'm going to get this ignition switch wired up. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a leap of faith for me. I'm just going to cut all these wires because I want to take this plug and I'll show you real quick what I'm going to do here. Okay, so you're committed at that point, right? So I don't think I'm going to actually use this plug after all. I'm going to make I'll make some pigtails, and I'll show you. Okay, let's get you guys so hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I just want to make sure that I got shrink tube that is going to fit the size wire, obviously, that I'm going to be using. I've got these little connectors that fit on here for the ignition switch for the truck. So I'm going to make little pigtails. There's a couple of spots. See on my diagram here, I'm looking to put two wires together. So I have a light green, which is this bigger one, light green, and I think they're calling that a violet, but it's like a purple, and then the red. So these two wires right here, I'm going to bring those together, and then I'm going to have one come out, and that one come out is going to go to a plug here, and that's the power in. And then I got to look at the rest of these. One of these is there's only going to be a single. I believe it's this. This green is just a start, and then I believe that there's one of these that I'm going to not use at all. And I believe that's this one right here, black and pink. And then these, I have to double check this, but I believe that these four will go together and come in on this other one. Okay, so hopefully I can get through this without interruptions. There's been a lot of cars, and just the dogs in the neighborhood just aren't happy. So basically, this wire right here, there's four wires that are going to come into it. These four wires. So what I've done here is I'm going to take two into one, and then the other two into one. So they'll come into, two will come into here, two will come into here, and then these two will feed into this, and then into that one for the plug. I just did that just to make it easy, so I'm not trying to feed 4 wires into this one plug. And let's see, then this one will have these two. It'll be these two here will come into the, so 2 into 1, and that's my power in, goes 2. And then this is the single wire, this green wire, it's just 1 wire comes into it, and then that'll plug in, and then that should cover me. So now all I need to do now, because I got these little pigtails put together, is just need to go into the truck, you know, splice the other ends of these, obviously not this end. So I'll just like splice these two. I'll probably start with this single right here and just do the green, get that one done, and then do my 2 powers and get that one done, and then do the 2 and then the 2 on this one. And then I'm not gonna shrink these down just yet, and then I'll plug it in and we'll see what happens. So that's where we're at. Yeah. Okay. I'll take you guys in the truck and we'll get stripping these down and getting these spliced on. This one I'm not doing anything with. It does. Didn't look like I'm gonna need that one. So this green one, I'm gonna start here and I am really excited about this. I'm excited but kind of nervous. Oh, I just cut that off. That was not entirely smart. Okay. I was trying to keep all those so they're the same length, but apparently that one's gonna be a little shorter, but I gotta get another connector, so 1 second. That was pink. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's sun shining. Pretty nice. Okay, let's try this again. So like I was saying, I'm super excited about this, to try to start this truck up. I mean, a project like this, who wouldn't be? But at the same time, I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done a project this big like this with the wiring anyway. I was talking to one of the brothers at the church today, and he was talking about how we're talking about building motors and how nerve-wracking it is on the startup on building motors. Okay, I got this red and the green. Bring these two back here. Man, I'm very uncomfortable right here. I'm gonna trim that red one down just a hair. I got these other wires like right in my face. I need to move those. They're kind of on top of you guys too. I think we can set them right up on the dash there. Okay, that helps. Okay, we're gonna try to pull these together. Okay, that's that one. That's my power. So now I just need to get 2 of these. That wire is controlling a lighting control module and a driver door module. So in fact, I am not using that. There's nothing in the door of this truck that needs power. And I was gonna say there never will be, but that doesn't, I'm not gonna say that because someday I might put power windows in or something. And if I say, oh, there's never gonna be power in them doors, and then I go do it. Oh man, I gotta be a contortionist here to hit this. Okay, get out of my way. Oh, and it backed out. Get in there. Oh, come on, get out of my way. Okay, I gotta relook at that. Oh man, I got this seat in here now, and it's like caught between the door and the seat. Okay, and those wires just keep getting in my way. They just keep coming back and getting in my way. Alright. Good thing I don't have to run a camera and do all that. Got the camera set up so that I don't have to. Okay. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. And this is not, it's obviously nothing in comparison to some of the places you might be. Oh, I got a light right here that I didn't turn back on. How's that for better? Is that better? Better for you guys? Better for me? I don't know. Just better. Okay. Okay. Let's get these wrapped together. That one might be the harder of the two to get hooked in place. Oh, they went pretty easy. I say that, but I still gotta crimp them. Okay. Okay. Oh, that one came out. Doggone it. I don't have another yellow. Bummer. That's a bummer. I don't have another yellow. Okay, I did have this one that I had already crimped on one side. I had crimped a wire, and so I squished it a little, try to reopen it. Got that one wire out, so I'll cut this. Okay. Well, that's why, a guy pulls on them. Make sure they're good. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh. This is not necessarily going my way right now, is it? Okay. This one just came out of there. Okay. That looked better. Let's do this one better too. Just to make sure that we're on the side of better. I'll really squish those things. Okay. Man, right now I wish I hadn't put this seat in. And I feel like this other wire is a little, no, there, it's fine. Okay. I'm really squishing those things now, trying to get them to stay. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to change my battery on my GoPro real fast because it looks to be red, but it's all come down to this. And so I'll change the battery on the GoPro and we'll hook up the battery on the truck and we'll see what happens. Okay, I got that battery changed out in the GoPro here. Now we're gonna hook this battery up on a truck. So get that hooked up. Make sure that one's getting hooked up. Okay. Now I'll just okay. Just doing a sniff test, you know. Make sure I don't smell anything weird. Okay, we're in here. Okay. We're gonna try this. We're just gonna turn it on first. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I hear something though. When I turn that off, something clicks. Accelerator pedal was not all the way plugged in. Let's try that again, because one guy said that if the accelerator pedal's on, it won't start. I don't hear a fuel pump or nothing. Yeah, nothing. That almost sounds like a solenoid or something. But, okay. Let me look things over for a minute and see if I even want to keep going here. Or if I just want to call it. I'm pretty out of time for trying to chase whatever my issue might be. But I don't hear a fuel pump. Nothing. So just a clicking up front, almost like it's like the solenoid on a starter or something. But I don't know. To be continued, I guess. Because like I said, I'm not gonna have any more time for this video to try to chase this down and figure out on this video what I'm dealing with. But I am way closer. I mean, I can hear something. I got power on. So I'm going to be starting this truck up real soon. Just not today, and that's okay. I've come a long ways, and even if the truck started up today, I got a long ways to go. So I'm okay with it. So, at any rate, I'll look things over. I'll do some homework and figure out what I got going on here. And until I get it figured out, or until next week, have a blessed week, and remember that Jesus loves you. And thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting what I'm doing, and hopefully next week we'll get this thing started up.